Water.
Hi.
Good evening. How are we?
Let us know if you can hear us.
Yeah, that's a good first step.
Mm.
How's everyone doing this evening? Sorry if our camera's a bit off. We've been having some tech issues. Good evening, Kevin, John. Right at home, how are you?
Hi, Wayne. It's been a while since we've done one of these, hey? Missed you guys. It's been
We got
been
a little busy towards the end of the trip here, so yeah. Hope everyone's doing well this evening. Yeah. Nice and cold here in Taupo.
It's starting to get chilly as we're sitting here in t-shirts, but
yeah,
it's been a few nights where we've thought about putting the fire on.
Not
quite there yet.
Not quite there. What's wrong with the scrolling here? You go full screen on this. Get a little camper.
Leopards go wild. Hi. Hey, Chris.
Mike with the COVID, mate. Hey, Chris. How are you? TJ. Yeah, we tried to turn our fire on when we got home, and we'd left the battery in the fireplace remote. We have a gas fire here, and it had corroded since we've been on the road, and like properly corroded all through the remote. And we got quoted. The first quote we got was $900 to replace the remote.
Yeah.
And then we got a quote for $400. So nice little welcome home present.
I thought, get it on our contents insurance, but it's considered home insurance because it's part of the building. So even though it's a remote, no such luck. The home insurance excess is $1,000, so there's no point doing it on that.
So we can't turn our fire on for a little bit. Yeah, I bet Dunedin's getting cold. Phil as well. Yeah. Yeah, I hope you're doing all right, Mike. And the family. Yeah. Everyone seems to be popping for COVID at the moment, eh?
Hey, Fiona.
Amanda, we just have a Rinnai gas.
Symmetry, it's called. I've been searching to get a replacement.
Just a gas fire with some fake logs in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, even in a new house, you need one here in Taupo because it gets pretty cold.
It does.
Yeah. G'day, Shannon and Lindell. How are you?
Hi.
Just saw that picture on Instagram of your dogs getting huge.
Yeah, getting massive.
Hey, Nick. How are you? Oh, Mike, you managed to not get COVID. It's pretty good going.
Nice.
Yeah. Kind of seems inevitable that everyone's going to get it in.
Yeah.
So there you go. Christchurch, 9 degrees. It's getting cold. So we'll start with the Easter giveaways. We've got the random drawings.
Right in there.
Oh no,
we're gonna wait for that.
Well, you set the someone run the timetable.
Start with a bang.
I figured we would, and then talk about what we're up to.
Okay.
Yeah. Or we do the opposite.
We have to now. You've said we will.
Okay. G'day. A wet Central Queensland, Bevan. Didn't know it rained over there. Good evening, Maureen. How are you? From a pop in Pukekohe. Evening, Ted. Evening, Gina. Hope everyone had a good Easter. Gore with snow on the hills. Look.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's crazy how it seems to turn. It's always sort of Easter here in Taupo. You'll have this sunny Easter, sunny Anzac Day.
Yeah.
And
then after that, it gets cold quick.
Yeah, these fresh nights. But yeah, it's been pretty cold. Hey, Robin.
Hey, Robin.
It is cold, eh, Gavin? We're just saying that.
Yeah.
Hey, Karen.
Hey, Neil.
So hopefully everyone entered the Easter giveaways.
Yeah.
It was a bit of fun.
Yeah, that whole thing kind of came about because a few companies had contacted us and said that they missed out on the Christmas giveaways and wanted to get involved. So there were a few, and we reached out and said, hey, why don't we do an Easter thing? And a couple of people jumped on board, and it's good.
I should have
thank
brought the
you
box
to-
of prizes down.
Yeah.
I think it's in the garage.
Cold at Hampton. Oh.
Yeah, I bet.
Hey, Troy.
Oh, Martin, you're in Kinloch. Not that far away. Up Ted in the motorhome, nice. First snow of the season, look in Tekapō.
Ooh.
I don't know, it snowed in April down there. Hey, Peter. Hey, LJ, TJ.
Hey, Jonesy. Yep, the long hot showers are amazing.
The washing machine.
Yeah. Oh, especially over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, we've had sick kids for...
Oh, yeah.
We got home and Harvey had his birthday probably a week after we got home, eh?
Yeah.
And then...
We'd always joked when we were away about how we haven't been getting sick when we were in the caravan because we're not picking up all these bugs from like kindy and school and all the rest of it, and how awful it was going to be when we got back home and Harvey started school. And turns out it's no joke. We had tummy bugs from Harvey's birthday party that went round to everyone.
Yeah, all his friends,
and our family just had just over a week of at least one person spewing each night.
Yeah.
And we all just got over that with a lot of laundry, so much laundry.
Yeah.
Like 5 loads of laundry a day. Thank goodness we weren't in Rosie. And then now we've all got a cold. So
yeah, for some reason I think Ruby got over it first, and then she straight away got a cold, and then all the kids have got a cold. Chelsea's got a cold. I spent a day in bed with the man flu. And it's quite funny. All those like kindy school germs, eh?
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
it's really just hit us. Like
Mm,
wham. Welcome back.
yeah.
But yeah, we're starting to come out the other side now. So hopefully we'll be good for a wee bit.
Mm.
Don't know. Maybe we'll just keep getting sick.
We thought when the kids got colds, it's a lot easier to deal with than kids being sick and vomiting.
Yeah.
So
No COVID though.
mm.
Touch wood. It's
we've used a few tests and not somehow dodged it.
Yeah. Sorry, I've been rambling and we haven't been.
Oh, Amy is staying at Ward Beach. It's quite neat there, eh? It's pretty wild when we were there.
Mm.
We were thinking you could swim there for some reason, or I was anyway, but I don't think you'd swim there. No. Stormer in the Marlborough Sounds. Yeah, I bet. Cold in Dunedin.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't love Dunedin when we went down in the winter that time, eh?
Oh, it was just really like wet and damp and
yeah,
I don't know.
We stayed at the campground there because we needed power and it was really muddy, eh?
Mm.
Which is kind of surprising. So every time you drove in and out, you just ripped up the grass. And
we're really spoiled here in Taupo for winters because it never gets really muddy. It's got that pumice soil, so everything drains away. And we get cold mornings, but usually pretty sunny afternoons, frosty mornings and sunny afternoons. So
I think we just hit Dunedin at a bad time.
Yeah, and different to what we used to.
Yeah, I suppose you're right, Amanda. It's going to be worse with all the kids being locked up.
Yeah.
I suppose colds and that sort of thing just go around in circles and kindies and things we got to look forward to. We've got to start thinking about school now. Where those people?
Yeah, only traveling in school holidays. No, we'll still do weekend trips.
Just don't tell the teachers in here. Not pulling kids out of school. Yeah, traveling with everyone else, say, in the school holidays.
Yeah, when it's busy. Oh well.
Should be good.
Yeah.
Oh, you can swim at the Ward Beach.
Oh. No,
we didn't see any boats.
No.
There's one old tractor there that was kind of looked like it'd been sitting there for a while. But yeah. No, we didn't see any boats at Ward Beach.
No.
Oh, it's warm in Napier. That's where we need to all be then, by
yeah.
the sounds of it. Jonesy, you need to move to Napier. We'll go over to Napier. We like it over there.
We do, yeah.
We need to go over there actually for a weekend.
We often do weekend trips over there.
Yeah, good NZMCA park there.
Yeah.
And it's nice to get around, yeah. Hey, Bella, welcome to the channel. We should go to Napier again.
Yeah, when we get a free weekend.
So what should we do then? Draws and then talk about what we've been up to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch our viewer numbers drop suddenly after we do the draws.
People want to draw. People want the draws, man. So I saw the boats. Yeah. I'd heard of that. We saw that somewhere down the south of the North Island by the Pinnacles. Remember that beach?
Yeah.
But yeah, we didn't see any boats at all at Ward. Maybe it's just the time of year if they go out for the crayfish and stuff. I don't know. Troy, we've not been to Taranaki much, eh? We went there once.
Yeah.
Our first ever trip in our bus.
Rosie won. First trip.
We went there and it rained. And we never went back. And I don't even think we filmed it.
No.
Nah, because we didn't do anything.
It was before the channel. It was literally our first trip away in the bus.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah. We're put off. Yeah, the NZMCA park there's great, eh?
Bev, no, you can't stay at NZMCA if you're not a member. It's just for members.
Yep.
Yeah, though we found that we paid our membership fees off really quick. In terms of savings that we got, so
a lot cheaper than a campground.
Yep.
There is freedom camping in Napier as well, along the waterfront there. If you don't have a huge rig, and I think down by the river, like south of Napier or south of the waterfront, if you've got a bigger rig. But there is a bunch of freedom camping in Napier. So yeah. Sorry, catching up with everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, what a huge question. Do you have a favourite place in the South Island? Gentilani was nice. In top of the West Coast, we really like that.
Kaiteri, I think.
Yeah, Kaiteri. Momorangi Bay was really nice. We liked White's Bay, and then we went back and we didn't like it again. As you would have seen in the last video.
Different the second time round.
Yeah.
It was like a completely different place.
It was stormy and wet and grey, and it was completely different.
Sandflies, and we never had that the first time we were there. But
yeah,
weird.
It's a good question, Doug. Do you miss your bus for freedom camping? I
don't think we ever did freedom camping in the bus when we had it.
You're probably right.
The
bus was nice if you wanted to hop each day. When it was just us and Harvey, and we, stayed one night, moved somewhere, stayed another night. It was great for that. But I don't think we'd ever go back to a motorhome now that we've had the caravan.
Yeah.
In terms of having a vehicle for exploring. Because so much of the South Island for us was like stay 3, 4, 5 nights here and just do day trips in the car. And there were so many places we visited that just thinking around the West Coast, like you wouldn't have been able to take a bus. So if you had a bus and a tow vehicle, you'd be all right. But for us, having that vehicle...
Doesn't work with kids, though, if you've got...
No, exactly right. Seatbelts for us, yeah. But just being able to do day trips and then go to the supermarket or go for a haircut or take the kids out and give some, one of us a break or whatever. Yeah. So, maybe if we were kids left home, we'd probably go back to a motorhome, but yeah. Harvey did love that library.
Yes.
The slide was closed though because of COVID, so he was a bit bummed about that. But that Lego room's awesome there. Yeah, you're probably right, Robin. Like in winter, we had some wet weather there.
Yeah.
Some shorter days as well in terms of the light. But yeah, on a nice day, it's good.
Yeah, we loved it. I mean, it was good during lockdown because we could walk to 3 different beaches from where we were. But yeah.
Oh, here's one for you, Chelsea. Chelsea likes car shopping. What are your thoughts on the new MUX?
Oh, I want one. I've been keeping an eye out to see if there's any coming up that are like a reasonable price because we can't buy a new car.
They're so expensive.
They are so expensive. So maybe in like a year or two when there's a few secondhand ones that are being sold. But
they look nice though.
They do.
So does the Everest. The Everest Sport looks quite nice for towing. We looked at Utes as well, thinking that might be a bit more practical for bikes and things like that. A little bit less space in the back, but a bit easier, like a bit cheaper to get a Ranger or something, slightly older model Ranger.
Yeah.
But they do look nice, the MUX, but yeah.
Yeah. And I like that it's got more towing than our one. Our one's only a 3-ton tow.
Yeah.
So you kind of borderline for a lot of vans, right?
Yeah, exactly right. We did go to St. Arnold way back at the start.
Yeah.
When we first got to the South Island. We actually only went there once because we got eaten alive by sandflies.
Although I don't think it was that bad compared to West Coast.
It's bad compared to what we'd experienced in the past, though.
It was, but after we've done the West Coast, I think St. Arnold was not as bad as what we thought it was at the time. Do you know what I mean?
I remember filming in St. Arnold and they were bouncing off the lens of the camera. I could see them bouncing off.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful. It's worth going to. Takaka Hill, you should definitely go over it. Don't be put off. We read a post a while back of someone who lost a wheel off their caravan over it.
Yeah.
And didn't know. At a Jayco Outback, I think, and didn't know they lost the wheel, but it's worth going over. There's a cool NZMCA park by a marina there, which is probably not great for kids, but cool if you're into your fishing. Where was that? What's that place called? Starts with P. Pohara, I think, yeah. And then you carry up. There's a neat waterfall up there, and you can go right up to the top of the Abel Tasman National Park as well. To the beach, I forget the name of. Starts with T. But it's worth going over the hill for sure. You could spend a while over there. You can go right up. There's a campground we went to right up the top that is on the Camp Saver if you're an NZMCA member. It's quite cheap to stay at, and it's right on the beach.
It was neat. Yeah, I was sitting in Rosie looking out at the water and could see stingrays swimming past in front of us. Yeah,
people were fishing up there. The beaches right up by the Spit are pretty amazing, eh? Like there's one you hike up and over to that was just like incredible. Yeah.
I wish we'd spent more time up there.
Yeah. It's pretty, there's not a lot over there. Like from Takaka, that's pretty much the only sort of township I have in terms of supermarket and stuff, but it's well worth heading over there. Oh, there you go. That's the beach. I don't know how to pronounce it properly. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Radroad. That's the beach.
Yeah.
It's worth going over there, I think. Stingrays, it's cool.
I did a cool trek.
Oh, yeah, just went horse trekking. Yeah.
It was really neat.
It's cool over there. Salmon fishing as well. I don't know if I said that. Yeah, the ute would be a bit breezy for my office. I know. That's why we didn't look into it too seriously. Yeah. All right, last question, then we'll get into some giveaways.
Sorry, Troy. On the top.
Oh, Troy. One question. Dock campsite pass. Yeah, just work out how many days you're going to use it or you think you're going to use it, and it'll pay itself off quick. It's a really hard thing to keep up with because it seems to change every year as to like what you get and what it costs, because it used to be like per vehicle and then it's like per person now. So if you're a solo traveler, I think it's cheaper or it works out more affordable.
But you can get casual discounts now. So if you're an NZMCA member, like we don't have a dock pass per se, but we can stay for $6 a night per person instead of $8. So you still get a saving even if you don't have the dock pass. I think we just decided not to renew for another year because we weren't going to be full-time going forward. But if we were full-time, we would definitely do it. It's well worth it.
I think as well, when we did ours at the start of last year, some campgrounds were excluded, and we found that a lot of the cool ones were excluded, and I think they're included now.
Yeah, it's a lot more open now as to when you can use them and what campsites, because a lot of them before you couldn't use them in summer. You had to wait until after Waitangi Day.
That's right.
And I think they've got rid of that because it got too hard to manage.
We went up into the Sounds after Waitangi Day specifically so that it would go into that free period. So you need to have a good read of it, but
it's definitely better now, I think, than what it was. This year is a lot better.
And no idea what a turbo intercooler is.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we got two of them. Not sure, sorry. Just stock MUX. I think it's a 2015, something like that.
Yeah.
All right. Just for Troy, we'll get into some giveaways. So I was going to bring the box down. I completely forgot. But giveaway number one was the pack from Infinity.
Thank you. Is it Daniel at
Yeah, he might be
Infinity?
here right now, actually. Yeah, cool pack, some Thetford goodies, first aid kit, and 2 awesome caravan covers,
Ooh,
which is cool.
very cool.
So let's click on the random draw and see how this looks over our heads. Go. And the winner is Leanne Pickering.
Congratulations, Leanne.
Hopefully that is handy pack for you there. So if you just email us or message us on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere, and we'll get your address off you and we'll send that out to you.
Yeah.
So congrats, Leanne.
Yeah.
And thank you, Infinity Caravans.
Yes.
They're down in Christchurch and they do a lot of English caravans.
Yeah. I've been following their Facebook and seeing all the new vans come up and getting really jealous.
Yeah, I like looking through new caravans. Looking at layouts.
Yeah.
Congrats. I'm not sure if you're here, Leanne. I thought I saw you, but oh, there you go. Transmission cooler.
Don't
know. I think we've got 4 of those.
Not car people, as you can tell.
Yeah, with little soft hands. I was thinking about changing the oil myself the other day, but I don't know. I should just give it a crack. All right, so giveaway number 2. I should have brought this down as well. Where am I clicking? Was the kit from BM Pro.
Yeah, this Pro Smart.
Pro Smart. There's
Pro
a picture
Smart.
of you holding
it.
The wrong picture I uploaded. You might have seen a video we did a while ago of the Pro Smart kit that we installed in the caravan.
Yeah.
Monitored our gas bottles and all that sort of thing.
It
Temperatures.
was really cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Clever little piece of kit to have in your van, I think.
They seem to be pretty big in like all things sort of 12 volt and that sort of thing. So yeah, they got a whole bunch of kits like that, and they're all kind of modular, so you can add on, like if you got 2 gas bottles, you get 2 of the sensors or whatever, things like that. 4 wheels.
I think the pressure, the tire pressure sensors are really clever.
Yeah, you can just check them on your phone before you leave, which is kind of cool, and make sure your tires are up to pressure. So let's draw that, and we'll get that in the mail. Let's click on this and bring this up. Here we go. And the winner is Nick Bracken. You were working through Easter. Oh no. Sorry to hear that. Congrats, Nick, if you're in the stream. Yeah, cool little kit from BM Pro.
Yeah, really neat. Thank you to BM Pro for sending us that. That was really cool.
And give away your caravan. Oh, you are here, Nick. Hey, congrats.
Hey.
Message us your address and we'll get that out to you.
Yeah, not on here.
Oh, you don't put it in the chat. Yeah, on Facebook or whatever. Give away your caravan. I had a dream about that. I thought that'd be quite a cool idea.
If anyone would like to give us one for free to replace it, sure.
All right, and giveaway number 3 was the Lagoon table leg.
Yeah, I hope we're pronouncing that right. Is it Lagoon?
Look how stoked I am about that table. We had to Photoshop it in. You can't really tell it's Photoshopped in.
He did such a good job of it that you wouldn't know.
I tried to put it so it was sitting in my hand. And I was just like, well, it just looks so ridiculous. It's like, so we had this table in our
Rosie 2,
the camper van we used to have. And it was awesome.
It was neat. I miss it. It was super handy.
We should get another one.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. Yeah. Pretty cool table. Really good for working at because you obviously swivel it around. And I think we said in that giveaway video that is still to this day our most popular video, which makes me quite sad. Because I rewatched it recently when we were talking about it and it's terrible. And the music's terrible and the pauses. But yeah, for some reason they actually ended up linking that video on their website, which is where I think a lot of people.
That's probably why we got all those views.
Yeah, so
we're not drawing this giveaway. We're just going to keep it for Rosie.
Yeah, so we are the winner.
Yay! Congratulations.
And so they reached out to us actually and said, "Hey, we'll send one out to anyone anywhere in the world," which is kind of cool. We kind of said, "Send it to us. We'll hold it for the photo." Show you guys, and then they were like, "Why don't we just send it anywhere?" So,
open worldwide.
Yeah,
that was cool.
let's have a look at that and see who's won that cool prize. We'll bring this up. Click on that. Oh, spin around. And the winner is Maureen Tate. Happy Easter. Been working online. Oh, so
On the
scroll there.
bus.
Scroll back. Put together Lego. That's a good way to spend Easter. Congrats, Maureen. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if you're here, but congrats.
Awesome table coming your way.
Yeah. So same thing. Jump on Facebook or Instagram, or if you can message on YouTube, but send us your address privately and we'll organize for that. That's going to come from Lagoon HQ. Yeah. So yeah, we'll organize that with them.
Might take a wee while, but awesome. Thank you to Lagoon. Is it Camping Pioneers?
Yeah, Camping Pioneers are the Lagoon people. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks to them for sending it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Oh,
she's here.
Congrats,
Yay.
Maureen. All in caps. Congratulations.
Yeah. Exciting. Thanks to everyone who entered all of the giveaways as well. It's cool to get people on board. We love doing them. It's fun. It's good fun. So yeah.
Yep, for sure.
Thank you.
So you probably noticed we're sitting in a house as well. Got curtains, got plants.
Yeah, I've missed my plants.
Yeah, all the house plants were alive when we got home.
Yay, thank you,
Claire.
Cool.
Yeah.
And the dog. The dog is also he's snoring in the corner.
I should try and grab him, but he won't want a bar of it.
No.
So we thought we'd talk sort of more about what our plans are, because we've been home now for
a month,
3 weeks, 4 weeks. The videos got quite far behind because we ended up doing so much in Invercargill and Stewart Island as well, so I kind of pushed all the videos out. So Mike, I see your comment, mate. You're trying to put me off. Oh, hold that thought, Bronson. Deposit I paid on something big. We'll fill you in a future video.
We're not ready to.
Not quite ready.
Yeah.
But
We're getting there.
We have paid a deposit on something. Pretty excited. But not related to this. There, look. Jonesy talking about the hot tub I'm going to make. Yeah, still got that in the back of my head.
He's going to always watch until we make the hot tub. So then as soon as we've made it, you're just going to unsubscribe?
Don't need YouTube anymore.
No.
Life's complete. So we kind of talked a lot, I guess, in the last 6 months, I suppose, 3 months, about how it would be a shame for us to, maybe not a shame, but we didn't want to come home and go back to how life was.
Yeah. Not
that life was bad. We didn't go around the South Island out of kind of, we did it because we wanted to do it, right?
Yeah. It wasn't a need to get away from what we were doing. It was just.
But we kind of thought we've kind of to spend 15 months living like that and kind of changing what we're doing and maybe living a bit simpler and going outside more. We thought it'd be a bit of a shame to come back and then fall into a pretty normal routine.
Yeah.
Not that that's a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. Just that
our priorities changed when we were away.
I think they shifted. Yeah.
So, the way that we were living before we traveled isn't necessarily how we want to continue.
Makes it sound like we were terrible, eh?
Yeah, it does. But our lives were pretty indoors before we left compared to now.
Yeah, for sure. So we were kind of sort of thinking that we've got to try and now find a happy medium, because we thought, okay, we'll take the kids away, we'll homeschool, we'll caravan forever. And then I said, after we do New Zealand, after the South Island, we'll go to Australia, we'll do a lap of Australia, then we'll do a lap of America, right? In a year or something, whatever. But then we kind of quickly realized,
it took us 15 months to do the South Island. We need 10 years to do the States.
And we thought, we just we'd keep going. And then we kind of realized Harvey
Harvey loved it, but he
missed his
he needs
friends.
his friends around him. Yeah.
He's definitely ready for school.
Yeah.
We're ready to send him to school.
Oh yeah.
And then of course all the grandparents and the cousins
Yeah.
and all that time we kind of missed out on. So yeah, it was kind of like we've got to come home. We've got what 15 years of school ahead of us, which
don't say
is
that.
so hard to comprehend, I think. So we thought, okay, what do we do? How do we kind of merge this this simpler life, more time with the kids, more time outside with like school and normal paying bills and normal day to day.
Yeah.
So as soon as we got home, Chelsea started getting the house ready, like the day we got home almost, to put on the market. So we live in quite a big house. We built this house just before Harvey was born 6 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
We bought a little section. We put a big house on it.
It worked well when we had babies.
Oh, for
right?
sure.
Because
it was awesome.
We didn't want a big yard that we were out having to spend our weekends sorting out, and we wanted lots of space inside. We were both working from home, so we both had an office each, plus room for our growing family. It was, at the time, it ticked all our boxes.
For sure.
Not so much now.
And now we got back and we realized like we don't even have space for a trampoline. Like we have a section that slopes. So our section's a long rectangle that slopes. There's about 7 meters of fall from the top to the bottom. So we kind of got back thinking, all right, we want to kind of live a bit simpler, right? Get some solar going, get some veggie gardens going, get some fruit trees going, like be a bit more self-reliant, but still, school and all that sort of thing as well. So
we're not going full hippie just yet.
yeah. Not talking like, living out in the middle of nowhere, full off grid as well. But try and strike a balance between the two.
Yeah.
So we thought we'll list our house. The market was pretty hot and it's kind of getting a little bit quieter now.
So we were under pressure. As soon as we got back, we're like, okay, let's get this done. Let's, everyone's saying, oh, the market's slowing down. Let's get it on. Let's get it up there. Let's sell it for as much as we can, right?
Yeah.
So there was a mad rush when we got home. It was like, clean the place up.
I think within the week we were like ready to list it. We got a good friend who's selling the house and photos looked awesome, all that sort of thing. So it is listed. It is on the market. We've had our first open home on Easter, which was probably terrible timing.
Had one person come through because everyone's off doing their family thing. But
and so not doing a good job of selling it.
No, we're not.
10 acres, too big.
Too big.
So that's the thing. So we thought, okay, we'll come back and we'll find a piece of land. Now there's not heaps of land in Taupo. If you search bare land that is over 1,000 square meters, you'll get like 10, 15 listings. There's a bunch of land sort of half an hour-ish out of town. There's some good sized lots that are in town. And we thought kind of naively, I guess, to start off with, that we'll buy a piece of land. We'll buy 5,000 square meters, which is half a hectare. Yeah, an acre, half a hectare. And we'll park the caravan on it. We'll get a shipping container for my office.
Yes,
and
Andrew and Debbie like traveling K.
Exactly like traveling K, on her land, but we just can't do it in Taupo. Every piece of land we've looked at has covenants around living on the land.
You're not allowed to have your caravan on the land before the house is built, basically. And then a lot of them even say, even after the house is built, your caravan, even if you're not living in it, if it's just parked on your land, can't be visible from any of the neighboring properties, not just from the road, from any of your neighbors. And that's even if no one's living in it after the house is built. Like there's really strict covenants here around caravans. So,
and we can understand why, like a new kind of rural subdivision, they don't want
they've got all these fancy houses going up. They don't want someone just squatting on the land in a caravan, like and
tarpaulins hanging up. And
I get it.
And it makes sense. We thought, okay, we'll put a little garage on it, maybe like a garage sleep out with an ensuite in it, get that built. But there's also rules around attached buildings and that sort of thing. So it quickly became like this. It kind of fizzled out quite quickly because
it really did.
It got quite hard.
there was just nothing that we could do that on.
And we could
So-
rent, but the rentals here in Taupo, if we search for a rental that allows dogs, no joke, 5 of them will come up on Trade Me for animals. And if you filter by dogs, they will disappear. So there are like 20 rental properties in Taupo, and none of them want pets. And fair enough. If I had a rental, I could understand that.
And there's such huge competition for them. We've got no rental history for the last 10 years. You know, like we've been living in our homes. We haven't got landlord references or anything like that. So, and 3 young kids and a dog is not a great endorsement for how the property's going to be at the end of it. So I don't like our chances of getting a rental.
So our kind of plan at the moment is to try and either find a rental in a section that we can build a smaller house on. We did I did see someone saying the tiny home route, and we looked into it. We really like tiny homes. My parents actually live in one, which I've done a video on as well. The issue is obviously there's all the sort of council issues and things, but our idea was we get 2 of them. We get 2 tiny homes, one without sort of a kitchen and a bathroom, so we've got a kind of kids wing.
Basically, we want a tiny home, but we want it bigger.
Okay.
So just a normal home.
Well, because tiny homes are usually only a couple bedrooms, right?
Yeah.
And we probably need 3, to be honest, like 3 bedrooms.
We like the way that they're built. Like they're really clever with storage and functionality. You know, like they're always built to a higher detail than standard houses. You know, every single inch is being well thought out of how it's going to be used. So we like that, but we need it bigger.
Also, some of the properties we've looked at, the covenants specifies how much coverage or the minimum coverage you can have in a house, and a lot of tiny homes are too small.
Typically 120 square meters is the minimum house size that you can build on new subdivisions in Taupo. So we were looking at Nook homes, which are prefab ones up in Auckland.
Yeah, they just
and they're really nice. Yeah, and the one that we liked was, I think it was 80 to 100 square meters. And we contacted them and they said, they can make us a bigger one. No big deal. So that was going to be an option if we found some land that we liked.
Yeah. And then actually, while we're looking at land, we stumbled across a house that we do like, which goes to auction in 2 weeks. And it is on
5,000 square
5,000 square meters. It's half covered in native bush.
It's got a really cool gully walk through it. It's got an existing orchard.
Yeah.
It's got a couple of paddocks that you could do what you wanted with.
Yeah, it's got a paddock for the hot tub that I'm going to build. It's got gardens.
It's a 3-bedroom house, so it's smaller than our current one, but big enough that it's livable, you know, with working from home and that.
Yeah.
It's good. So
we were hoping to be in a position where we could have put an offer in by now, so that we were thinking this video we'd actually have some news rather than just ideas. But we've been having trouble with the bank, and they've been delaying stuff, and the lending criteria and stuff has changed in New Zealand, so it's harder to borrow money now. They used to throw it at you a couple of years ago. Now they don't want to throw money at you.
And because we haven't had our house listed for very long, it's only been up for a week and a half.
Yeah, we've had it listed for a week and a half, so we are cutting it close.
There's not enough time for anyone to get their due diligence done on our house to get unconditional before we go to before this other place goes to auction. So,
but we figured if we don't try it, we'll never know, right? Chelsea's favorite saying is, "You miss 100% of the shots you never take." She says it all the time, and we figure we'll try it. We'll give it a crack.
Yeah.
Someone might, only takes one person to come into this house and go, "Cool, I like it. It's big. It's got no section. That's exactly what I want." And we'll see. So that is the plan. I guess what the plan will be. So we do have something exciting in the caravan space coming. Sort of spring. And we are going to continue with our weekend trips and our missions, and we've got the whole North Island to explore as well.
We're pretty central here in Taupo, so we can do little short trips around.
Want to go up the Coromandel again, north of Auckland.
I want to go up to Russell and Paihia again. It was really neat.
Yeah. But what we really want to do, I guess, day to day is to try and find a piece of land or a house on some land that's going to allow us to kind of, I guess, spend a bit more time outside and have more of those projects and, have a crack at growing our own fruit and vegetables and get a pony and a ride-on lawnmower and that sort of thing. Just try and live a bit simpler, I suppose. But yeah, that's the Shays.
Shays, we
Yeah.
love Shays tiny homes.
I didn't know they were
amazing.
modular, are they? I didn't know that.
They're really nice, yeah.
Yeah, Jonesy, Chelsea has family that did exactly that. Bought a piece of land up in the Coromandel,
Yeah.
and built a barn on it. Living downstairs, go-kart track. Perfect.
Harvey would be keen for that.
We have seen some land that says you are not allowed a detached building, so you're not allowed a house and a barn, or if you do build a barn, it has to be a certain size. So it's either about finding that right property or that right piece of land that where the covenants are slightly less. Like if it's developed, someone split up their farmland and there's 20, plots of land available, there's going to be some pretty strict covenants.
Yeah, they want them all to be a pretty high standard when they are built, if they're all going to be built around the same time.
Yeah.
Basically to protect the other people.
Yeah, the value of the other houses.
Yeah, the neighbours. So some of the ones we have come across are like insane with the covenants. So you just wouldn't be able to build a barn on there at all. Like it just wouldn't.
We saw a section that said you weren't allowed to dry your washing on display. So your clothesline had to be hidden from all your neighbours.
Not from the road, from all your neighbours.
And it also said what sort of letterbox you could have, which I liked. Start up a campground. We wouldn't mind actually having space so that people could come and visit with their caravans, put a plug in there and a
That's this property that we're looking at has a really large garage with its own laundry and bathroom and shower in it as well. So we thought, that would be cool. People could come and park next to the barn, the garage, and have their own bathroom and laundry, park up and stay for a bit and come visit, and that would be neat.
Yeah. Oh, you got the same plan, Amy. Nice. It's sort of I don't mind the whole like completely off grid thing. I also don't mind being kind of on the grid, but I guess we're just kind of thinking with like everything that's happened in the last 2 years, I kind of have this need to be a little more self-sufficient and also just how ridiculous things are getting in price.
Yeah.
Now, like vegetables and fruit and stuff like that. We would love to be in a position where we can kind of grow a lot of our own stuff. That stuff goes in kids' lunch boxes and to friends and family and that sort of thing as well.
Even here, we've got a little Benji patch here, and they love going out. And Harvey goes out every day and picks strawberries. The girls go out and pick raspberries and tomatoes off the vines, and it's cool. And we want to have a bit more space that we can do that with them. So
yeah, I'd love to have space where Harvey can ride it. He's been big into his biking this year, and we just took him to BMX for the first time actually, and he's got his own BMX bike now.
Yes.
So like just space where he could build like a few jumps or build a hut or something like that, just kind of nurture that sort of outdoorness that they
we basically want all the fun things that we've had on the travels for the last year, but on our own place.
Yeah. It's a good idea to stay with traveling, Kay. I think
she might not be keen on us coming and crashing in your place.
Yeah. But I think she's completely off grid, eh?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly right. I mean, we just have to have a starting point and kind of go from there. And then we can have kind of a mixture of videos as well of like kind of what we're up to in the house lifestyle space and then the caravan as well, because
caravanning's not stopping.
No. Oh, here's a question for you. How do you find it being back home?
I do miss the caravan. I miss it. We haven't even properly cleaned it out yet. It's a bit of a tip because we've been so frantic getting the house sorted. But we are going away next week for a couple nights. Sweet. School holidays. our last
There you
chance
go.
before Harvey starts school. So Bronson will be working full time. Maybe it'll just be me and the kids. I don't know. Midweek little adventure.
Oh, I could do it. I'll come if you want.
You can come. You can sit in the car all day.
I'll sit in the caravan.
But
Yeah.
yeah, looking forward to it. It's going to be nice to get back into it already after a couple of weeks. I'm missing it.
I felt quite, although we've been doing so much at the house, I felt quite lazy because we haven't been out exploring stuff. I think that's the thing that's really easy to fall out of. Like when we'd go and do something every day out on the road, pretty much, unless it was like laundry or washing. Yeah, laundry or groceries day, or it's raining. Like we'd go, okay, we got this walk today, we got this waterfall tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll go to the library, we'll go to this museum. And to do that kind of consistently for like 15 months and then come home and just be like, oh, I might just watch a movie and, it feels funny. It feels funny not to leave the house and go outside. Like even the jobs in the caravan, like, dumping tanks or taking the cassette to the dump station, like they get you out and about. And so it's kind of funny, like in hindsight, I liked that. We have been working pretty hard to get the house ready for sale.
Yeah.
So like,
it's been a lot more frantic than normal life.
Yeah. We haven't felt like lazy in that regard. Like we haven't been doing anything, but yeah, we're just trying to figure out that balance now. I guess that's the key for us. Get into foraging. Actually have a good friend, Joel. He might be on the stream, but he's big into foraging. When I got home and discovered that, it's pretty cool. Come around with a bucket of figs the other day.
Sarah, that's my worry. That is my worry. I said that to Bronson the other night, and he's like, "Oh, what? You're going cold on me now? We've been talking about this for a year." Getting all stroppy with me because I was like, "Is the time? Are we going to have time to do everything we're wanting to do?" I know properties. We're not going into it naively. I know if we buy a lifestyle block, there's going to be a lot of work and it's going to take a lot of time.
Yeah,
and that's my concern. Is that taking away from our travel time?
And that's why we don't want to look at blocks that are too big as well, because then we move into animals and sheep or cows are grazing and all that comes with that.
Yeah. And then it makes it harder to go away because you're going to have someone to keep an eye on things at home when you're away. So, yeah.
There's a really cool piece of land here in Taupo, house platform at the top, huge hill for a downhill mountain bike track, and then the bottom is forest. And I think it'll be cool to build. Like you could ride around on a motorbike in it, but we'd have to get sheep or something, right? You can't lawnmower a hill, so yeah. So Sarah, thanks for that.
Thank you for validating my concerns.
Oh, here you go. I realized everyone has been loved 5 hectare boxes.
Oh, yeah.
It depends on the size.
5 hectares is a lot, though.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I think
that's a proper farm, I think.
How big's 5 hectares? 25. Oh, I'll work it out afterwards. I think it's when you get into that, when you start needing like tools and equipment and machinery and like a little tractor and you're like a little farm basically, aren't you?
And they're like the least efficient ones, the little ones, right? It's not.
Oh, for sure, yeah. More expensive.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not wanting to get into that. We're not farmers by any means, or even hobby farmers, but trying to just find a balance, I suppose. Just a slightly smaller house, bigger yard, and just to keep the kids outside and keep them doing that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's the rough idea. Yeah. Little spot for people to come park the caravan.
Bronson's sister and her husband are getting into the permaculture space, and they are keen to find some land somewhere that they can grow a market garden. So we've been talking to them. If we find some land that has some suitable space for doing that, then they can come in and plant away and use a plot of it for growing veggies and stuff, and they can teach us all the ins and outs of it at the same time, and it'd be quite cool.
My sister's been running like a community garden here in Taupo, and when we got back, we were pretty impressed with like the veggies and stuff she was pumping out.
Very impressed.
Yeah, Bruce, Thanks. We're not going into it lightly. It's we want something that's manageable for sure, but I guess we're just trying to find that balance, right? Like we'd love for the kids to just be able to be playing outside, building huts. There you go. I own 42 acres. All it was work. Yeah, that's pretty cool. We need to come visit you one day.
Yeah,
Bevan, I'd love to do a video on the mining and check out your claim. That's pretty cool. 5 hectares is 5,000 squares, is it?
no.
I think half a hectare is 5,000 squares. Half an acre.
Here you go. A little bit higher up.
10 acres is 4 hectares. I'm confused now. Square meters.
Or the one we're looking at is 5,000 square meters, right? And it's 1 acre or just over 1 acre.
Yeah, because a quarter acre section that they call in New Zealand, a quarter acre section is 1,000 square meters. So an acre
is 4,000.
Is 4,000. Yeah. 200 acre
farm.
farm.
Oh, there you go. 1 acre is 5,000 squares.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, we're looking at about an acre.
I'm so confused now. It's funny when you look at real estate as well because they all use different measurements for some reason.
Yeah. We're farmers and run 500 hectares. Holy, that's massive. I'm trying to go down the caravan, right? Nice.
Maths is a bit off, Christoph. Yeah, we don't want something huge as much as there are some cool properties out there.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can do more on that sort of land because you are buying big chunk of land. You can do what you want on it, right? As opposed to buying in a rural subdivision.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the neighbours seeing your clothesline if you've got 500 hectares, right?
But then we have to get cows or sheep or whatever. So that's the kind of rough plan. And the wheels are kind of in motion. We'll know more by the 4th of May. I think the auction is
6th of May.
There you go.
So we're praying that the auction falls through. Sorry to the people who currently own it. We're hoping no one bids because then we can go in with an offer afterwards. But
we have to basically have unconditional, cash to go into the auction. And unless we sold this house before then.
Unless we went unconditional before then, which is just about impossible. So
we'll see. Keep our ear to the ground. We should actually announce the other thing we're going to do later on as well in a future video. But yeah, we won't stop the videos. There might be a bit all over the place in the next couple of weeks just because we're pretty busy. We've got school starting in a week. Yeah. The kids, it's interesting actually. The kids get a little scratchy inside now, eh?
To be fair, it's been just about 2 weeks of them all being sick. So we haven't been going out doing stuff like we do when we're normally home. And we've been flat out around here. So it's not been heaps of time for going out and doing the stuff that we would normally do when we're at home, if that makes sense.
They do go a little stir crazy though, you'll notice. On like a rainy day, they're just like, let's get out of here. So
and we're less inclined to go out, I think, on rainy days when we're at home. Whereas if we're in the caravan, we still get out anyway because it's too small not to. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Whereas in the house, we're a bit like, oh, we can find something to stay inside for.
Yeah. I think we do have a little yard out here, and we should actually maybe do a house tour before we sell this house. If anyone's interested, let us know. We could show you what the house is like. They love playing outside. We got a little sand pit, we got a little veggie garden, and they'll hang out there. I think if they just had like a little bit more, and not heaps more, not horses, just a little bit more, a couple bike jumps.
Yeah,
they'd have a great time. So that's the goal. We'll see. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
There you go. Look, the biggest paddock I ever mustered was 10,000 acres.
Wow.
I can't comprehend that. And that's 10,000. Yeah, pop would be cool actually. We wouldn't mind that, or just people that are
we've met on our travels. And
you guys come hang out if you want. Bridging loan is what we're talking to the bank about at the moment. The bank has been pretty terrible customer service wise. The lady who was doing our loan application got COVID, went home and isolated for a week, and the work didn't get transferred to anyone else. So we had a week of calling them and emailing them, and they said, "I will get back to you."
Yeah.
But she was back at work today, and it looks like some things are moving. So we're hoping it's not too late. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, it's just that deadline of the auction is looming, and yeah, we've got good equity in this place. It's not so much that, but when they're looking at our last 3 months of bank statements, and we were traveling as well as keeping up with the house expenses, and I wasn't working when we were on the road, whereas now that I'm at home, I'm working, not full time, but you know. So our income has increased since coming home, and our expenses have decreased because we're not traveling. But they want to see that over a period of time, and they can't take our word for it anymore. There's some new law that's passed where they actually have to prove that the numbers you're giving them are correct. So we can't just say, "Oh, going forward, here's our income and our expenses." They actually have to see proof of that in our statements. So it's hard when you just had like a really big lifestyle change, and all your income and expenses are changing, and they're changing for the better for us.
Yeah.
But they can't take our word for it.
The amount of our fuel just like completely dipped since we've been home. Probably filled up once since we've been home.
Yeah.
It was quite funny. The lady on the bank said to us, she said, "You guys make a lot of donations to charities." And we said, "Oh, do we?" And she said, "I can see here you've donated to hospice, SPCA, St. John, like quite consistently for the last year." And we realized we went into like every op shop in the South Island.
It was like our rainy day thing with the kids was to go and find new books to read. So we'd go and hit all the op shops, and it would be like $5 here and $5 there. And she's like, "Oh, you do lots of like charity work." Like really impressed. I was like, "Oh, that's."
So the bank's algorithm picked that all up as charity work. But it was every hospice in the South Island buying children's books. It's quite funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. And Amanda, you're 100% right. We discovered what mortgage brokers are today, actually.
And he's amazing.
We spoke to one family that have invested with this company. We spoke to the broker, and we were like, "Why didn't we talk to you 2 weeks ago?" Because
he's basically said he'll see what he can do, but the timeline's a bit tight.
He knew everything. He knew all the ways around stuff.
He gave us some ideas that the bank, like, if we put down this property and the other property as potential rental income, if we move back into the caravan, then that's showing like an extra 80,000 income a year, which the bank
40.
will per property though.
Oh, per property, yeah.
Which the bank will love and be quite happy to then lend to us. Even if we don't rent them out, we can show that there's potential income there. And we didn't even think of that. So brokers are amazing.
He just seemed to know his stuff. He even looked at our listing online and told us our grass looked terrible. So I don't know how much.
We know we've been away for 15 months. Like we know
how much I like
the crap.
He was like, "Oh, your grass is a bit horrible." Oh, come on, mate. So yeah, we wish we'd done that. We're probably a bit too late for a broker, but we'll he's going to see what magic he can work. So yeah. It is nice having a bit of space from the kids. You can actually watch movies on the television.
Space to
get away from them.
Yeah, keep doing stuff when they've gone to sleep as well. Whereas before we kind of just sit in bed and work. And now it's like, oh, we've got like the rest of the house.
But at the same time, we for some reason put 3 toilets in this house, so we've got so much space to clean. And
so much cleaning.
We'll definitely stay in Taupo, because my family's here. A couple of my sisters are here as well. And Chelsea's family is in Te Awamutu, which is an hour and a half up the road, and they have a house here, a holiday house. So
they're here most weekends.
They're here all the time. So we like it here. We've got a lot of friends here, and humble brag, our friends are here. Obviously we're going to settle into that school routine and stuff. So it's nice here in Taupo, and
it's home.
Yeah,
there were some really cool spots that we saw in the South Island that we were like, oh, this is really neat, but nothing that really was like, let's shift here and stay here long term. Hey,
we like Central Otago.
Yeah.
Not Central Otago?
Yeah.
Like Cromwell area. Yeah, but then probably way too cold for us in winter.
But then it still doesn't compare to here, I don't think, for us.
Yeah, be a bit hard on the grandparents, I think. Oh, there you go, Luke's. Said you're not too late here under mortgage. The guy did seem like he would be willing to help out. I think he just basically said there might not be time to apply to a bank, open an account or whatever, and get everything set up with like.
He said if we wanted to switch banks, because we're pretty fed up with our current bank, with the way that they've been. Like I have to wait on the phone for an hour on hold just to talk to someone because the person we've been assigned has been away and they haven't.
I think it changed in the last few years because we used to have a lady in town, like a personal banker. You'd go and see her. She'd do everything for you. You just sign on the line, right? And then there's not, those personal bankers aren't in Taupo anymore. The lady we can't even talk to, and you'd have to do it all over the phone. So if you want a loan application, they say it's going to take 2.5 hours on the phone.
It took us 3 hours on the phone to go through it all with them. And then every time we want to talk to them from then on, it's an hour on hold.
Yeah. So it's a bit hard. So we'll see what the broker can do. Hopefully he can make some magic happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right. And I guess you shouldn't really have loyalty to a specific bank. It's that sort of thing. You pick a bank and then you stay with that bank because it's a pain to change to another bank. But we've been thinking this week, we're like, well, why, why stick with the bank? I don't know. If they're not going to.
And it's very frustrating every day that goes past where they say they'll call you and no one calls you. And then another week's gone past and you're another week closer to the auction and still not in a position to be able to do anything about it. And it's a bit like we're going to miss out on this property that we really want because you guys aren't calling us back. It's very frustrating.
Yeah, you're right, Amanda. Those laws are changing again for the better. Maybe we'll do something in spring. See what happens. Oh, you go Central no colder than Taupo. Okay. It looks pretty stunning. Spot, yeah. Be cool. Cool place to live. Bike riding and stuff, eh?
Don't start now.
Just need to go back down on holiday. We've got all this list of all these places we want to go back to now.
I know. And it's going to be a bike trip, I think, the next big trip we do. Hey, we'll do a big bike trip in South Island.
Go biking. All right, well, we might leave it there and go to bed because I'm knackered. I don't know if you are. Let us know if you want to see a house tour, if you're interested in the sale. We can make a video on that. If you're not interested, we won't. You guys you guys dictate that. And we will talk about the new thing we bought shortly. We're just trying to figure out dates, delivery dates. Chelsea will give you one clue, and that's the color.
Have we confirmed that?
Yep.
Green.
It's green. So there you go. So it's something that's green with 4 wheels, and we're getting it later in the year.
A John Deere tractor.
Oh, yeah, right on lawnmower. So yeah, we're pretty excited. So
it's not a tractor or lawnmower.
Yeah, it may be a new caravan. It may be a new caravan. That's green. So we're pretty excited about that.
I think we've just spilled the beans because people will be able to.
Oh yeah, but there's hundreds of different green caravan
Sure,
brands.
loads of it.
Oh, it's not a hot tub then. We swam in this we had a hot tub at a top 10 in, doesn't matter where it was, in the South Island, Milford, Tiana. And it was like stainless steel and it was awesome. It was like wood surround but stainless steel on the inside. And
did spill the beans. Look, everyone's guessed it.
No, no one knows. John Deere, there you go. Or maybe we're getting a wrap on our current caravan.
Yeah.
Anyway, we looked at the hot tub. We hopped out of the hot tub and I was like, we're going to buy one of these hot tubs when we get home. And we Googled it and it was like, the base hot tub was like $15,000. We're like, okay, maybe we're not quite getting a hot tub.
Bronson's gone back to his building plan.
A build one. You guys will watch it. 10-part series. I'll mill the trees. Mill them? I'll fell them. I'll fell the trees, I'll mill the timber, and I'll build a hot tub. There you go. Scotty Girl, giveaways were at the start. So when we post this, you'll be able to go back and watch them. But
Leanne Pickering.
yep, Nick Bracken and Maureen Tate were the winners of the giveaways. Go back and watch those. Not too many coloured caravans out there. We know of one. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Catch you later. Oh, yeah. We've never actually stayed in that hot pools with the campground. That'd be a good weekend away. Drive down the road.
Yeah. I'm keen.
No more hints about this new thing.
They don't need any more.
Yeah, we'll keep you guys updated about the new plans.
Yeah.
We'll do some weekend missions. And yeah. Hopefully there's a motorhome show this year as well. I wouldn't mind going to a motorhome show. There you go. It's the best campground apparently. We should go in like the middle of winter when no one's there.
I'm sure plenty of people will still be there in the middle of winter.
When we were looking for land, actually, we reached out to the campgrounds here and we wondered if they did a weekly rate for long-term staying. And of course they don't because it's super popular. And so we were like,
the campgrounds here.
When we naively thought, yeah, we'll pay like $100 a week. We'll go and stay at the Taupo Holiday Resort. Yeah, swim up bar.
Oh, Amanda, you have to let us know when you next come and we'll come hang out.
Yeah, for sure. Fellow Jacob owners. Aiden, nice of you to join us. Oh, Christchurch Caravan show in May.
Probably a bit soon for us to head back down.
No. I was thinking September for some reason. The one at Mystery Creek in Hamilton.
Yeah.
No, Aiden. We're getting something green with 4 wheels. All right. No more clues. All right. Google green with 4 wheels. Yeah. We'll let you know. We kind of want to get a date on it first and then talk more about it.
It's exciting. We're excited.
Yeah, we're real pumped. It kind of fell into place just as we were leaving the South Island, and we're like, we wish we had this a year ago. But yeah.
This time.
There you go. Hamilton is on September. Okay, we'll go up there as well. So if you're going to the show, we'll see you there. Cool. I like going to caravan shows.
Yeah. Although we went to 2 and we came away with 2 new vehicles.
Oh yeah, we've only been to 2 shows and we bought a new caravan each time. Yeah. Okay.
Not this time.
Not this time. So we'll keep you updated. Follow along if you like. Instagram's a bit more up to date of the stories of what's going on, especially with the kids and stuff.
Yeah.
If you're interested to see what they're up to, and we'll probably try and do more regular live streams as well. I think
it's fun. I've missed doing this.
Yeah, it's nice to talk to you guys. Yeah, looking forward to a meetup. We should have like a gathering sometime.
That would be cool.
I don't think we're quite big enough.
We do get people messaging us when they know where we are at a certain time and they'll say, oh, we're coming through, let's hang out. We do that quite a bit. So if you're coming through Taupo, let us know. For sure, yeah. We don't have a driveway you can park in. No, we don't have a driveway we can park in. And our caravan takes up a back lawn. You can drive past, yeah. All right, thanks everyone. Congrats to everyone who won a prize. Yay. And thank you to the companies that donated those. Yes. They're awesome. Yep. Send us your details. I think some of you have already, so we'll get those out to you. Yeah. And appreciate your support and for watching the videos. It's been pretty cool. Yeah. It's been cool to have a little community and really neat. Looking forward to the next chapter. Yeah, for sure. Only just beginning. Yeah. Yeah. See you later. Thanks. Bye. Bye. I don't think I have like a... Oh, yeah, there we go.